എല്ലാവർക്കും ഞങ്ങളുടെ പുതിയ വീഡിയോയിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. വെൽക്കം ടു അവർ യൂട്യൂബ് ചാനൽ. ഈ വീഡിയോ കണ്ടിട്ട് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇഷ്ടപ്പെടുകയാണെങ്കിൽ തീർച്ചയായും ഞങ്ങളുടെ യൂട്യൂബ് ചാനൽ സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യാനും ഒരു ലൈക്ക് തരാനും നിങ്ങളോട് റിക്വസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നു. ഒപ്പം ബെൽ ബട്ടൺ പ്രസ് ചെയ്യാനും മറ്റുള്ളവരിലേക്കും നിങ്ങളുടെ പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട ഫ്രണ്ട്സിനും റിലേറ്റീവ്സിനും ഷെയർ ചെയ്യാനും അവരോടൊപ്പം ഞങ്ങളുടെ വീഡിയോ വാച്ച് ചെയ്യാനും നിങ്ങളോട് റിക്വസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നു. ലെറ്റ്സ് സ്റ്റാർട്ട്. Today we discuss and teach importance of general science and learning program. ഇന്നത്തെ വീഡിയോയിൽ ഞങ്ങൾ നിങ്ങളെ പഠിപ്പിക്കുന്നത് സയൻസിൻ്റെ പ്രാധാന്യവും പ്ലാന്റ് ഇൻ ലൈഫ് അതിനെക്കുറിച്ചുള്ള വിശകലനമാണ്. കൂടുതലായും ഞങ്ങളിത് ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് ഭാഷയിലാണ് നിങ്ങളെ പഠിപ്പിക്കുന്നത്. GMG Academy presents General Science Learning Program with English. General Science Program is a comprehensive series of video and digital resources providing support for adequate development and assessment of scientific knowledge and skills of students of learning. The classes recommends adopting an inquiry-based approach towards teaching this discipline. Systematic experimentation should be extensively utilized as a tool to question and verify every theoretical principle learned in the video. The objective is to encourage the spirit of inquiry and research in each student. Moreover, all students suggest that the learning of scientific concepts should move away from the theoretical approach to a hands-on experimental approach. Students should be engaged in working with hands-on tools to design locally significant projects involving science and technology, and involved in activities and discussions on issues concerning their intermediate environment and general health in their science classes. In this video, we have adopted the route of Howard Gardner's multiple intelligence theory to realize a specific aim of science education at the primary and school level. This theory facilitates the methodology of learning science by using the 9 different intelligence that students are endowed with, so that they can develop the investigate skills, creativity and inventiveness in their approach towards the discipline. To this effect, we have incorporated across the video various hands-on activities involving observation and experimentation that encourage the utilization of the different intelligence. This leads to an active approach to science, thereby connecting the subject with the world around them, rather than indulging in theory-based learning. Varieties of project work, field trips, discussions with the peers and teachers, surveys, organization of data and their display through exhibitions have been suggested to make the learning more experimental. Learning science by these multiple ways strikes a balance between reading and going, so that students can develop scientific thinking and passion for discovery. General Science Program aims towards this goal. General Science with English language. General Science course class included this simple way: strengthen with teacher support with materials. The multiple intelligence theory and science classes we proudly present to you. Science knowledge learning program. The theory. The video is overreached by the methodology of differentiated learning, which is based on the principle that everyone possesses different types of intelligence in varying degrees of ability. By using different approaches to teach and learn, the innate talents and abilities of each learner can be developed. Therefore, it is necessary for teachers to present their lesson using music, cooperative learning, art activities, role play, multimedia, field trips, inner reflection, and much more. Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligence lends support to this idea. The brand of 9 hands owes its origin to Gardner's multiple intelligence theory. Let us know more about it. Here's how the intelligence come alive. Learners with predominant verbal linguistic intelligence are articulate and can use words and languages most effectively. They are good at reading, writing, telling stories, and playing word games. Learners have logical, mathematical intelligence, are sensitive to logical patterns and relationships. They typically solve problems with logic, calculate with math problems quickly, and prefer to see things categorized in a logical sense of order. They like experimenting, questioning, and figuring out logical puzzles. Learners with visual spatial intelligence have good spatial judgment. Strong visual memory and are good at planning their work and finding directions. Their artistic sensitivity to colors, shapes, form, and space. They like activities like designing, drawing, and visualization. Learners with bodily kinesthetic intelligence prefer activities that involve movements. That is why they like hands-on learning and tangible experiences. They like acting, dancing, and are good at building and making things. Learners with strong musical intelligence like to learn through rhymes, singing songs, whistling, humming, and tapping feet and hands. They are more perceptive than most of us to sounds, rhythms, tones, and music. Learners having predominant naturalistic intelligence are environmentalists at heart. They show interest in the flora and fauna of the environment. They might like playing with pets, gardening, and caring for the earth. Those with strong existential intelligence are sensitive to human life on earth and are keen to know about the world around them. They always strive to make connections between what is being learned from the lessons and the everyday world outside the classroom. Learners with intrapersonal intelligence have great self-knowledge. They know about their strengths and weaknesses as well as their needs, motivations, and intentions. They are good at setting goals for themselves, planning and reflecting on their work. Interpersonal intelligence deals with interaction with others. Such people are usually friendly and are sensitive to others' moods, feelings and motivations. They like leading, organizing and relating the function their best as a part of a group. Mapping intelligence to current teaching methods. Acknowledgement of the multiple intelligence theory exists within the accepted science teaching method. In science, the accepted teaching learning methodology at school level is primarily the inquiry-based approach with sufficient application of the experimental approach. In this way, students are driven towards open-ended inquiries and real-life investigations in which teachers and students form the part of a community of investigators who jointly engage in various hands-on experiments and observations that link the lesson in the video with their real life, thus making science learning a practical exercise that is backed up by theoretical learning. Resource chapter and video structure. Learning. Soils, rocks and minerals. We already know. Links the video to previous knowledge gained in the earlier videos. Let's warm up and learn. It includes questions or activities that introduces the students to the video. Let's begin. Warm up activities leading to the main content of the video. Think aloud. Features questions that test understanding of the concept and application of mind. This enables the students to relate the topic to their immediate environment. Fact find enhances general knowledge, thus helps to make learning a joyful experience. Science comes alive, encourages students to think, analyze and apply what is learned in this video through creative thinking. Knowledge connect. Questions based on the previous knowledge of students. HOTS, high order thinking skills. Features questions that test higher order thinking skills. Application of the concept to real life situations and thinking beyond the books. What did you learn? Test students' content knowledge through pen and paper tests. Exercise videos. Keywords. Explains literal and conventional meanings for the difficult words across all the videos. Assessment based on science. What is your answer? Contains exercise that aid in formative and summative assessment and help to provide practice. Value based questions. Instills social, cultural and emotional value for our surroundings. Let's do it. Activity and project. Contains individual and group activities to encourage independent thinking as well as to foster cooperation and team spirit. They provide an element of fun to the learning process while also highlighting the principle learned in this video. Assessments. The assessments are based on Bloom's taxonomy. They are mapped to learning outcomes and lead students to higher order of thinking and learning by way of the specific modes of assessment carefully designed. The teacher will evaluate the skills of the students using the multiple intelligence approach. Model test papers. The 2 model test papers serve as revision material for the content provided in the course book and video. In this video includes contents: the living world, plant life, animal life, the human body, the nervous system, the skeletal system and the muscular system, food and health, microbes and diseases, safety and first aid, the world around us, air and water, soil, rocks and minerals, heavenly bodies, matter, states of matters, force, energy and simple machines, the environment, pollution, natural disasters. Detailed table of contents can be found at the full of video. Plant life. We discuss plant life. Let's learn. We discuss and you already know. Roots, stems, leaves, flowers and fruits are different parts of plant. Green plants manufacture their own food by the process of photosynthesis. All living beings depend either directly or indirectly on green plants for their food. Let's warm up. How do living beings obtain their foods? Let's begin. Teacher, in your previous videos and classes, you learned how to find out what are living and non-living things. Student, yes teacher, but we still have some doubts. Since cars move from place to place, can they too be called living things? Lecturer, no, they are non-living things, as they do not move on their own. Let us recall our knowledge about living and non-living things. Characteristics of living things. Plants, animals and humans form of the living world. The characteristics of living things are here. We teach you. Movement. Living things can move by themselves. Animals move in search of food, shelter and also to protect themselves from their enemies. Plants do not move from one place to another, but different plant parts show self-movement. For example, the stems of green plants grow in the direction of sunlight where they get maximum light for photosynthesis. Growth. All living things grow. A baby animal or bird grows into an adult. A small seed grows into a plant or a tall tree. Human babies grow up into children and their adults. Need for air, water and food. All living things need air, water and food to survive. Green plants prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis in the presence of sunlight, using carbon dioxide from the air and water from the soil. Living things breathe in oxygen from the air. They also need water to survive. Non-green plants and animals depend either directly or indirectly on green plants for their food. Cells. All living things are made up of cells. Cells are the smallest part of a living things. They cannot be seen with the naked eye, but can be seen under the microscope. The body of most plants and animals are made up of millions of cells. Response to changes. Living things respond to changes around them. Humans and animals have sense organs which enable them to respond to changes in their surroundings. When we touch something hot, we immediately put our hand away. Plants respond to changes by showing movements of their parts. For example, touch me not plant closes its leaves when touched. Reproduction. All living things produce young ones of their own kind in different ways. Plants develop new plants like themselves by producing seeds or spores. Animals reproduce by giving birth to young ones or by laying eggs from which the babies hatch. Humans rarely give birth to their young ones. Reproduction in plants. Reproduction is the process by which a plant produces a new plant similar to itself. This ensures that new plants of the same type or species are produced. If this does not happen, then the plant type or species will longer exist and will become extinct. Flowering and non-flowering plants. Plants which produce flowers are called flowering plants. Flowering plants. Flowering plants reproduce by developing seeds. Non-flowering plants like ferns, molds and moss etc. reproduce by developing spores. Some plants reproduce with the help of various vegetative body parts such as leaves, stems, roots. Let us study this in detail. Reproduction in plants through vegetable parts. Spores. Plants like ferns and mosses do not produce seeds but develop spores through which the plant reproduces. Stems. Some plants reproduce naturally through stems. In some plants, buds grow on the stem from which new plants may develop. Example, potato, ginger, etc. Potatoes have many small buds called eyes, which give rise to new plants. Some plants reproduce by bulbs. A bulb is a stem that is surrounded by leaves. Example, onion. New plants can grow from the onion bulb. The stems of some plants run above the ground horizontally. New roots and shoots grow from these stems. Such stems are called runners. Example, strawberry plant, common grass, etc. Plants like rose, money plant, hibiscus and sugarcane reproduce through an artificial method called stem cutting. Here a slant cut is given on the stem. The cut part of the stem is planted in soil which gives rise to a new plant. Leaves. Leaves of some plants like Bromelium have buds along their leaf edge. When these leaves fall on the ground, new plants arise from the buds. Roots. Some plants like carrot and sweet potato produce new plants from their roots. The roots of these plants are modified to store food and can grow into new plants. Reproduction from seeds. Structure a seed. Seeds of plants are of different shape, size and color. The parts of seeds are, however, common in most plants. The three main parts of plant seeds are seed coat, cotyledons, embryo. The seed coat is the outer covering of the seed. It protects the internal parts of the seed. Seed leaves or cotyledons are present inside the seed. Seeds have either one seed leaf or two seed leaves. Plants having seeds with one cotyledon are called monocotyledonous plants. For example, grass plants having seeds with two cotyledons are called dicotyledonous plants. For example, apple, The cotyledons absorb the food from the parent plant and store it for the embryo. The embryo or baby plant is present inside the seed. It develops into a new plant in the presence of air, water and warmth.